Welcome to my podcast, Adventures in Egypt. I'm so excited to share my journey with you. As I stepped off the plane in Cairo, I felt a rush of excitement. I'd always dreamed of visiting Egypt, and now I was finally here. My first thought was, wow, it's hot. The sun was beating down on me, and I couldn't wait to get out of the airport and start exploring. I hailed a taxi and headed to my hotel, where I would be staying for the next few days. As I checked in, I said to the receptionist, "Hello, I have a reservation for 3 nights." She smiled and replied, "Welcome to Egypt. You're all set." I dropped off my bags and set out to explore the city. My first stop was the Pyramids of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. As I walked towards the pyramids, I felt a sense of awe. I said to my guide, "These are incredible. How old are they?" He replied, "The pyramids were built around 4,500 years ago." I couldn't believe it. As I explored the pyramids, I met many other tourists, and we chatted about our travels. I said to one of them, "Where are you from?" She replied, "I'm from Australia. How about you?" I said, "I'm from the United States." We exchanged stories and tips for traveling in Egypt. After a few hours, I decided to take a break and grab some lunch. I said to my guide, "I'm getting hungry. Where's a good place to eat?" He recommended a nearby restaurant, and we headed there. As we sat down to eat, I said to the waiter, "I'll have the falafel, please." He smiled and said, "Excellent choice." As I ate, I watched the people around me, taking in the sights and sounds of the city. In the afternoon, I visited the Egyptian Museum, where I saw many incredible artifacts, including mummies and sarcophagi. I said to the museum guide, "This is amazing. What's the story behind this mummy?" He told me about the pharaoh's life and death, and I was fascinated. As the day drew to a close, I headed back to my hotel, exhausted but exhilarated. I said to myself, "This is going to be an amazing adventure." The next day, I set out to explore more of Cairo. I visited the Khan el-Khalili market, where I haggled over prices and bought some beautiful souvenirs. I said to the vendor, "How much is this scarf?" He replied, "It's 50 pounds. I said, "That's a bit expensive. Can you give me a discount?" He smiled and said, "Okay, 40 pounds. I bought the scarf and wore it proudly as I continued my exploration. In the afternoon, I visited a local school, where I met some students who were learning English. I said to them, "Hello, how are you?" They replied, "We're fine, thank you. We're learning English." I was impressed by their enthusiasm and asked them, "What's your favorite thing about English?" One of them said, "I love learning new vocabulary." I smiled and said, "Me too." As I left the school, I felt grateful for the opportunity to meet the students and learn about their lives. The following day, I took a trip to Luxor, where I visited the Valley of the Kings and the Temple of Hatshepsut. As I explored the temples, I said to my guide, "These are incredible. Who built them?" He told me about the pharaohs who had commissioned the temples and the workers who had built them. I was amazed by the intricate carvings and hieroglyphics. As the sun began to set, I said to my guide, "This is the perfect time to watch the sunset." We found a spot with a beautiful view, and I said, "Wow, this is stunning." He smiled and said, "Yes, Egypt is full of beautiful moments."